have my grandchildren know I'm an alcoholic, but that's what I am.
I think I just noticed her in the evenings, not walking straight, stumbling a little bit, word slurring, and my older sister tasted her orange juice for breakfast one morning and tasted liquor in it, and that's the first time I knew for sure that she was drinking.
Every morning I'd have orange juice and I put vodka in it. And I think of all the times that I was drinking and would, like when the kids were little, to be driving. And thank God I never had an accident.
It was worse as us kids got older. You know, I spent a lot of time with friends or with boyfriend, and I know she was lonely, and nobody, you know, we just didn't want to spend time with her.
The kids were staying away from home more. I really noticed that because they were embarrassed and ashamed, I know.
I probably spent a lot of time being angry at her, so we weren't very close for a lot of years. I would get up in the middle of the night and search the house for her bottles to pour them out before morning to make sure she would be up for work. And then she'd go by, you know, I'm thinking, God, that's probably how many hundreds of dollars of grocery money that I was pouring down the sink. Yeah. But
I think maybe the losing your grandfather was probably, because I I never did go through the steps of grieving like you're supposed to, I guess, because I had the 4 children. I think I thought I had to be strong and brave for them.
Probably the worst time I remember in high school, she worked at a decorating center, did a lot of wallpapering at our house, and I got home after school and she had been wallpapering the hallway and was just passed out in the hallway in the middle of the afternoon after school, and you know, we just kind of had to step over to get to our rooms. So that was reinforced why I never brought anybody home. I just never knew what she was going to be like. It got to the point that she was starting to show up to work and they can smell alcohol in her breath.
We were sitting out in the backyard, and the kids wanted me to come in the house. I went in, and there was a whole room full of people. We had an intervention.
And that did not go well. She locked herself in her room and wouldn't come out, and so she refused to go get help until she was going to lose her job, and I think that scared her. And then she did go into a 30-day treatment program at the hospital.
If you follow that program and they thought you were ready to leave, then you had a little graduation. You got a little medal ceremony.
After being widowed for 12 years, she got married right away and they moved to Texas. And they lived there for probably 6-7 years, and he died of cancer. And it was soon after that she relapsed and started drinking again. And I think in her mind that was not relapsing because she wasn't drinking alcohol, she was drinking mouthwash. You know, and I'm not angry. A lot of, you know, you're probably wondering why don't you, you know, hate her. But I know, I guess going through raising you guys pretty much on my own, yeah, I can't imagine having 4 kids. And she was 36 years old, out in California with no family. So, yeah, she did, you know, I admire her for what she's done. She handled it the best she could.
To this day, I feel excuse me, looking back, what I did to my children, that's the thing that I regret. That I wasn't a better mother for them. I mean, that they can look back and remember me how I was when I was drinking. That's the thing. I'm sorry.
You're fine. She was worried about upsetting you.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad this happened.
Well,
Really, really, well, it's a good,
like I told her, I said it's just something in alcoholic families that just gets swept under the rug and nobody talks
Yeah.
about it. So
yeah, it's good that it's being brought out. You know, if I could do everything over with, I wouldn't. I wish I could take it all back, but I can't. So. That's who I am.